Okay, so yeah, we have tech coming up this morning. We have Bisola Alabi, a dynamic entrepreneur, edtech founder, mother of three, who's dedicated to empowering women and teens to dream big and achieve great things in the tech space globally. It is great to have you. We're discussing women in tech.
Yes.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning. Great to have you. How long have you been in tech, by the way?
Okay, so I started my career in tech about 10 years ago when tech was still quite new in Nigeria, and then especially in the startup environment, right? And then from there, I moved to a multinational, that's Oracle, and then I took a career pause, to raise my kids, which is every woman's dream, right? Okay. And thereafter, after having 3 kids, I realized that there was a huge gap in the tech ecosystem. A lot of women wanted to get into technology, but there was this notion that you had to code, right? You had to do engineering. And the truth is already women feel that technology is a male-dominated industry.
Well, it is.
It is. You also believe it is, right? But
I don't believe it is male dominated. Yes, that's why I try to get more women involved.
Yeah, exactly. So it's male dominated, and it's actually true, because think about going back to your high school where the women went to home economics, and then the men went to introtech, right? Those biases were already forming. Yeah. You understand? So you just get to see few women maybe in engineering, in computer science, and now it has become a disaster. When you go to organizations and you move to the tech department, it's just male dominated. The world has changed. Yeah. It's no longer all of those abacus, gigantic, technologies that we used to know before.
Growing up.
Everybody uses technology. Everyone leverages technology. Men, women, children. So it has to be flexible. It has to have like an element of a woman's perspective, wisdom, the ideas and the innovation that
okay, so what would it take now, from your own perspective? What would it take to get more women involved in tech? Is it a thing of the women themselves being afraid, or is it that opportunities are kind of skewed or biased towards the male? Okay,
so there's something called technophobia. Okay. So where a woman feels that tech is not for her, it's difficult. So especially for the area that I'm focused on, women getting back to work. The millennial mother who is so busy, right, who doesn't even have time to do much more complicated things because she has so much things on her hand, right? The baby boomer who probably is tired of her current career path and wants to move into another industry. So these women experience technophobia. But how do we get more women into tech? Number one, through awareness, just like this program, this, making it enticing. So when I started the brand, about 4.5 years ago, we had to tell a lot of stories. We had to share motivational stories. We had to tell them why we needed them to be part of it. And guess what? It's a leveler, right? It's something that I've seen cases where we've trained stay-at-home mothers who has never worked for 10 years. Probably they took a computer science course and their husband asked them not to work, right? Just take care of the children. I'm going to handle the family, the family. And maybe, sadly, one of them, a spouse passed. And she had to upskill. She chose between, maybe upskilling or maybe doing a random business. I was like, you study computer science for crying out loud. Why do you want to throw that away? And she upskilled. She took a practical tech course. And guess what? In few months, she landed a job. So the beauty about the industry is about what can you do? What can you do? You're a solution provider, right? So what can you do? How do we close that gap? Through upskilling, through education, and which is why we have WUN Tech. So WUN Tech is a cohort-based marketplace. We understand that every woman have their strengths and their weakness. For some, they like stakeholder management, right? An organization is innovating. They want to improve their processes. You understand? There's the strategic part of it. There's the part where I don't want to deal with stakeholders. I just want to be pressing my computer. So we have courses for that. So we have like over 20 courses on our platform where these women upskill. And then also the beauty about it is the community, right? Because there has to be consistency. You need to, follow up on each other. You need to write your certifications. You need to continue working on your case studies. You need to be in a community of like-minded people because, of course, iron sharpens iron. So basically, that's the beauty of technology. And guess what? As I was walking into the studio, I met one of our alumni. Right. Okay. So she took a data governance course. So I'm like, oh, congratulations on your studio. I hope you guys are going digital. She said, oh, yes. And with digital comes what? Data. How do you analyze that data? How do you protect that data? How do you create policies around that data? She's armed with that knowledge already. So once you launch, she's able to latch into it. So for me, women in tech means, number one, economic mobility.
Okay.
Women are able to assess that opportunity. Just look at that. Imagine if she wasn't harmed. Probably nobody is going to know. But now she's going to probably set up that department in this great organization.
All right. So now you've spoken about women, yeah, but there was one thing you mentioned at the beginning now. How about girls, younger people? Because like you said, there is that preconceived notion from when we're in school that the sciences are for, it's harder for the guys, like you mentioned. Are you doing anything concerning the younger ones before they become women?
Yes.
From the young age where they can get into the industry and,
and
by the time...
when their mind is so innocent.
Exactly.
Right. So I wrote a fictional book called Jasmine Discovers Tech. Right. It's supposed to be like a guide for girls, for boys, right, to help them think, to help them know that there's another world out there. You understand? So we've distributed 10,000 copies around 10 states in Nigeria through our alumni, because our alumni are everywhere. So we have that, and we've been going to their schools, for talk, to encourage them that, technology is not just about TikTok, you understand? You can even create something out of your pain. Right, so that's what we did through the Jasmine Discovers Tech, the book that I wrote, and it's been supported by friends and families, and that way we know that in the next few years we will not be having discussions about women in tech and then just how do we get women in tech. Now we'll be talking about innovation. Okay. You understand? So that's one part that I didn't mention. So aside from upskilling, so what happens after upskilling? Because the foundation of everything is education. We want women innovating around issues peculiar to us.
To women.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what are the issues? For example, I lost my mom to ovarian cancer. And when she passed, I noticed that some of her friends said they did some things. They had some of the symptoms that she had. And I'm like, so how come you guys did not communicate that? But I feel that technology can close that knowledge gap. Okay. I feel that the next woman would not have to go through
what?
Through what she went through. Imagine if there's a course about a female body. Okay. What to expect at this particular age, what you should not do. There's that awareness. It cannot be done on WhatsApp. It cannot be done, it has to be scalable, because we have the world's population is out for women. You understand? So we want women solving menopause, issues around menopause. I'm sure we all have mothers who are experiencing one form of illness or the other, and they can't even speak about it. You understand? Because that stigma is there already. Technology can help you scale.
Exactly. So women will understand themselves better. They can solve the problems that are unique to them when they understand that.
Exactly.
Wish we had more time, but we do have to wrap up. Thank you so much, and wishing you the best. Keep up doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, I get to sit there. That's it on our tech discussion this morning. We'll take a time out now. We will be back after this.